show today.
Man, people love the football.
Peter, Chris likes to work with a football.
Oh, really?
That's his girl, or his baby. We're not sure.
I have a rule.
He was
Which was
making
it?
out with it. Yes.
First we date, and then we have a baby.
My man.
I have a rule. I don't touch a football. I didn't play football. I don't touch football. We do all these promotional photos. I say, get that out of my face.
Me too. Trace and I
I
are like,
earn
nope.
the right to hold that football.
Well, you just live it.
I live it and breathe it, but I do not hold the football.
You're part of the show at GMFB with your tweets. You got highlights from last night. Right now, let's go to FedEx Field.
Let's do it. Daniel Jones has never lost to Washington, but he's never won in prime time.
Okay.
Something's got to give. Here we go. First, Bobby Mitchell's jersey number was retired, number 49. It was a nice little ceremony before the game. Will that jersey be retired? Number 4 for Washington. Let's find out. After a Daniel Jones touchdown run to start, Heineke, McLaurin. This is a nice little kinetic connection here. Touchdown. He does the Lambeau leap, except it's in Landover, Maryland. All right. Heineke, touchdown. 7-7. Now watch. Daniel Jones is out the gate. What?
Looks good.
What? He looks like Randall Cunningham.
He does.
Is he gonna? And everyone's saying, don't fall, don't fall. He didn't fall. But look at this. There's a penalty downfield. Your thoughts on this, Chris?
Wide receivers down the field, just meddling. Young receiver, you're not going to help the play. At that point, let him go.
I thought so. I also thought it was a cockamamie call.
Yeah,
Third quarter.
Aikman said, not a penalty.
It wasn't. 14-13 Washington. Daniels, look at this pass. We saw the run. Dropped it in a bucket. Darius Slayton with a touchdown. Oh, my gosh, that was a good play. Would that be the last we see of Slayton? No. Look at Garrett. We're going to do it. We're a team. Hold on. Fourth quarter, though. Wait. Giants up 23-20. Slayton is running free, and Daniel Jones sees him, and the Giants are going to win. Oh, Chris.
This is a classic NFL 48 combination. The inside receiver is going to grab the safety. The cornerback thinks he has outside help, but watch the eyes of the receiver. He misjudged it. Anytime you're on the right side, as a right-handed quarterback, the ball is spinning back over your right eye. He misjudged that. That should have finished him off.
Dropped it. 26-20. Heineke looking. Are you kidding me? Ricky Seals-Jones. Incredible, like a kiss from a rose. A touchdown from the 19-yard variety. He's new with Washington. He's been a journeyman. He's been around, and he gets the toe tap in. Nate joining the show later. Maybe he'll talk about it. Let's go, Heineke. All right, so Washington, it's a true back and forth. Now it's 27-26, and it's picked. That's James Bradbury, who got worked a little bit by McLaurin, but said, I'm not giving up. What do you call those guys, Chris? Bugs in the secondary? You call them Bugs, right?
Well, that's one of several names.
One of several. The ones you can see on air are Bugs. All right, there's Rudolph. There's Jones. 29-27 now. New York up. Under a minute to play. Who is that? Adam Humphries? Tick. Washington's going crazy. They want a game-winning field goal. They want to walk off. And here we go. Guys, Dustin Hopkins for the win, but he misses it. Giants win. Unbelievable. Joe Judge is going to give a great... Why are we getting another surrender cobra? Are you kidding me? They committed a penalty? Dexter Lawrence, you remember him as a first-round pick a few years ago. That's a clear penalty. A huge mistake. And they say ball don't lie. Here it comes. You give him a mulligan, he gives you a loss. Walk-off. Washington 30. Giants 29. They blew it in 5 different ways. That penalty was only one of them. Washington gets to 1-1. Heineke, Jones, McLaurin with 11 catches, and Graham Gano has made 50 straight field goals in a lot. Have you seen this guy? Meanwhile, Taylor Heineke.
Straight.
He talked with the Thursday Night Football crew, and we're like, Taylor, this team's pretty good. And he says, hey, we got dudes at every position.
Do you believe, with the job that you've done here tonight,
great
that
question.
you have earned the right to start at quarterback for the Washington football team the rest of the year?
I do, and I have confidence that I can do it. So if those guys in the locker room and the facility believe in me, that's all that matters. I think they do. So let's try to keep this ball rolling.
How far can this team go, Taylor?
Shoot, you look at every position, we got dudes at every single position, and I think the only thing that can beat us is ourselves. So I think we can go as far as we want to go.
It was such a fun game, and it was an NFC East battle. Of course, that'll be, going down to the wire up until the playoffs begin, and even further into 2021. I'm so excited about this and this game and how it all went down. And for Heineke, what a story for him. Chris, what was your big takeaway from the last-second win over the Giants?
Under the toughest conditions, that's where you really should judge players. And began the game, got off to a rough start, had pressure, got sacked. Only sack I think that they had of the night. At the end of the game, a lot like Baker Mayfield, played a really good football game, but made one mistake. Now, it wasn't only his fault. I mean, they had a great play call for him and Terry McLaurin. They were going to run a pick route, but he decides, to stay on Scary Terry compared to going to the back, so he throws the interception. But for me, the moment of truth was, what is the offensive staff? Because I hear what they say in the press conferences. I know what they tell people. But it's all the truth when they call the plays. When they pull out that call sheet, you know if the throws are risky and if they trust the guy, and you could see immediately they went in attack mode after the interception. And that, to me, you got to give Scott Turner and the staff there at Washington a lot of credit, because he showed, okay, I still got confidence in you. You made one mistake, and you could see that in the play calling throughout the game, which led to the field goal.
I agree. I think Washington has some really good players. I don't know if they're a really good team yet, but who cares? I don't care if anybody loses week 1. We talk about it all the time. Bucks lost week 1 last year. The Browns lost. You can't go 0-2. You can't do it. The numbers just bear it out, and they didn't. And this is why we talked about yesterday, like, what's this going to be like without Fitzpatrick? It's almost like they still had him. Heineke reminds me a lot of him. He's a chucker. He'll make a big mistake, but he has that contagious energy around you that gets everybody fired up. And listen, Heineke and McLaurin was a real thing against real DBs, real corners. Like, that looked like a great combination. I watched this, and I'm thinking, how are the Cowboys and Eagles stopping this? Because they're really good, really confident. And I know it got really weird at the end of the game, but Washington won. And now they go on, and they're 1-1, and we can talk about them as winning this division, playoffs. Who knows? Giants, Peter? I don't know.
No. And let's go to the Giants.
You want to?
Because I think Giants fans still might have the NFL Network on from last night, and if they haven't broken their TV by throwing the remote at the screen. All right, let's start in the first half, because the first half, it's like, all right, Giants can't get the things going at the line. Let's call a timeout. All right, Giants call a timeout. Let's bring it in. And here's the play that comes out of a timeout in the first half after you have a chance to discuss it. It's false start after a timeout, which is just unacceptable, moving them out of field goal range. All right, let's go then late here. Okay, what's that? This is a Lorenzo Carter offsides on a crucial play late in the game. Then they have the field goal, and it's like, all right, he misses. Dexter Lawrence was offsides. I bring up these plays. A false start after a timeout, an offsides, an encroachment penalty in a crucial moment, an offsides on a field goal attempt that actually was missed. I bring those all up because Joe Judge preaches discipline and accountability. And I'll give you a pass for the laps over the summer if in the regular season your teams are accountable and they preach discipline. This one was tough for Giants fans to swallow because Daniel Jones played awesome last night.
It was awesome.
And you finally got the performance you wanted from Daniel Jones. And Jason Garrett's game plan, which is easily picked apart, and he's a piñata on a lot of local shows here in New York, was really good. And yet it was the special teams, Joe Judge is the special teams coach, and it was the discipline and accountability that leaves you head scratching. Giants fans, the Giants lost this game probably 7 times last night. And then they had a chance at the end, and they weren't aggressive enough to win it. I think if you're waking up as a Washington fan, great. If you're a Giants fan, it's a tough one to stomach.
I was really disappointed in the Giants coaching staff, because I don't know who they thought they had on. Maybe they thought they had LT, Carl Banks, Jim Burt, and those guys on defense. So they were going to settle for the field goal. Yeah, I brought his name up.
Great one, Chris.
Yesterday.
Look at you.
You need to go for the touchdown there. After that interception, they lost all their sense of aggression. Like, let's finish this off. Let's take it down. We got confidence in the quarterback compared to the other side where Heineke throws an interception and they get aggressive. So that right there was puzzling to me.
Don't you think Heineke deserves some credit? You're giving the coaching